Hey everyone, welcome to Simply Hangouts. Today we'll be reviewing a book called Moonwalking with Einstein. Did you know there are world memory champions who can memorize a deck of cards, thousands of digits, and hundreds of random words in a matter of seconds or minutes? What's even more difficult to believe is that they are not geniuses, they're just highly trained. Here are the key takeaways from the book Moonwalking with Einstein. Number one, memory is a trainable skill, not a fixed gift. Number two, memory comes with attention. You can only remember what you truly paid attention to. Memory is a residue of thought, so whatever you think deeply about, you remember. Number three, always use visual imagery to memorize things because the brain loves images. It is wired to remember pictures, symbols, and absurdity. Number four, the memory palace is the most powerful tool to memorize things. By placing images in familiar places like your home or your route from home to office, you can recall numbers, names, lists, and speeches. Last takeaway and a surprising insight is that forgetting is also important. Memory only works because our mind forgets the irrelevant things. Without forgetting, we would be overwhelmed. Now, let us do an interesting exercise. Let's try to memorize the events from three of the books that I've reviewed, namely Short History of Nearly Everything, Sapiens, and India's Ancient Past. So, here's our memory palace. Imagine you enter your house. There's a digital clock at the entrance that displays time as 1308. It blooms into galaxies, stars, planets. The Big Bang. It blooms into galaxies, stars, planets, symbolizing the Big Bang that happened 13.8 billion years ago. You are handed a milkshake with 13.6 written on it with cocoa powder. The Milky Way formed 13.6 billion years ago. In your lobby, there's a hanging solar system skylight with the sun, 9 planets, and their moon. From the sun hangs the number 4.6. The solar system was formed 4.6 billion years ago. Suddenly, Earth from the solar system drops a little and expands. It has 4.5 written on it. Earth was formed 4.54 billion years ago. Below the skylight, there is a dining table in your lobby. In a petri dish on the dining table, there are live cells. They come together to form the number 3.8. Life was formed 3.8 billion years ago. You look behind to see the refrigerator. It has ape evolution magnets. It shows that genus Homo emerged 2.5 million years ago, Homo erectus 1.9 million years ago, and Homo sapiens 3 lakh years ago. That's also around when the control of fire started. You go to your bedroom. There's water on the floor on your way. On the floor itself, there is a placard with 70,000 written on it. Humans sailed out of Africa 70,000 years ago. On the door of your bedroom is an animated poster of an apple splitting into brains. That's also the time of cognitive revolution 70,000 years ago. Inside your bedroom, there are two beds. On the first bed, There are 12 baskets of wheat, which denotes that the agricultural revolution happened 12,000 years ago. On the second bed, there are stone tools with 2M and 10K, that's Paleolithic India, which existed from 2 million to 10,000 BCE. Your pillow has 10K to 8K written on it with a bow and an arrow. That's the Mesolithic age that had bows and arrows. Your cupboard comes with a mirror. You look at yourself in that mirror wearing a seed necklace. That's the Neolithic farming, which was in 7000 BC in Mehergarh. When you open the cupboard, Harappan seals fall out. Indus Valley Civilization, 2600 to 1900 BC. Vedic hymns are floating out of the window that is just above your bed. The two window doorknobs have 1500 and 1000 rupees price tag. That was the early Vedic period, from 1500 to 1000 BCE. Towards the right side of the window, there is an iron AC, which is absurd again, with 1000 watts and 600 watts written on it. Iron Age existed from 1000 to 600 BC. On the extreme right, there's a yoga mat with a Mauryan elephant army printed on it. The Mauryan period was from 322 to 185 BC. Now you're meditating on the mat with 5 and 2 written on each of your palms. The spread of Buddhism was from 500 to 200 BCE. As you step into the second bedroom, the floor lights up with golden lamps. They arrange themselves into the number 320 and 550. Golden lamps signify the golden age, which was the Gupta Empire from 320 to 550. Near the study desk, you see a crown with jewels falling off. The jewels spell Harsha 606 to 647. That was the Harsha Empire. On the desk is a scattered pile of coins. Their dates read 750 to 1200, and each coin has a warrior drawn on it. That denotes the Rajput period. 750 to 1200. Move forward and a wind sweeps the curtains open. You see a giant Turkish sword hanging on the curtain rod. Wrapped around it is a ribbon reading 1206 to 1526. That was the Delhi Sultanate. At the foot of the bed stands a huge peacock throne. A spotlight reveals the numbers 1526 to 1857 engraved. That was the Mughal Empire. To the left of the bed, there is a giant spinning wheel. The wheel spins and projects 1757, Battle of Plassey, into the wall. That was the beginning of British dominance in India, 1757. Now, on the bed, there are scattered books flipping to the same stamped date, 1857, Revolt. That was the first war of independence. On the wardrobe, a giant LED calendar flashes. 1885, Indian National Congress founded. That was the formation of Indian National Congress, 1885. Now you open the wardrobe door. Inside, a pair of round spectacles glow with the number 1915. Gandhi returns to India. Beside the spectacles is a spinning charkha toy. It sings non cooperation 1920 whenever it spins. On the top shelf are two big bags of salt. Each bag is labeled 1930, which denotes the Dandi Salt March. When you reach out for the bags, a radio on the shelf turns on. It announces Quit India, 1942, Quit India. As you close the wardrobe, the room lights dim. Suddenly, the whole wall becomes a tricolor map. A bright spotlight shows the number 1947. India gains independence. Let me know how you found the review and see you next time.